Hi, Ophelia. Oh, I was gonna show y'all the dog, but then she moved. Hopefully y'all can't. Ophelia, please, baby. I should have thought this through. Please don't hit that. He's loud. He's very loud. Come here. Come here. This dog. What are you doing? Okay. Let's see. Will anyone see that I'm live? That is the question. I always get tangled. Okay. I should work on my dream scarf today, probably. Probably. Oh. My phone unplugged. Okay. Look, guys. That's a head hole. Isn't that crazy? Ophelia, please. Please stop. This dog. Hi. Can you stop hitting that on the ground? It's a little loud. It's a little loud. Anyway. I should have thought about sitting here to do this live because this is where she likes to play with her rope and she likes to slam it against the ground. So it gets a little loud. It does. What you thinking? All right, if no one joins at 5 minutes, I'm calling it quits. I always see people live in the middle of the days on the weekends, and I'm like, how do they do that? Do people actually join? Hi, guys. Oh, I am knitting a sweater right now. I'm good. How are y'all? I'm knitting a sweater right now. Good morning, everyone. Wow, where did all y'all come from? Anyway, I'm working on a sweater. So I've done the back, and now I'm working on the front. Are y'all big crafters? Do y'all like to craft? Do y'all know how to knit or crochet or any of that? Hi, everyone. Hi, guys. Welcome. I'm doing good. You know, it's Saturday. I had work off Thursday and Friday, so I have a five-day weekend this weekend because there's a holiday in the U.S. on Monday. So I was off Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, and then I'll be off Monday too. You crochet? Awesome. What do you like to crochet? I like to do mostly clothing and stuff. But yeah, my weekend's been good. Yesterday I made a cake and that was super fun. And the day before I went on a hike. And then on Monday I'm also going on a hike. So yeah, just trying to get outside and do that. Today's goal is to make a lot of progress on the sweater. I wish I did. I don't know how to sew a sockle. Honestly, I don't know how to sew a sockle either, so you're good. You crochet, but you don't know how to knit. That was me for the longest time. I knew how to crochet, I didn't know how to knit. And then one day I sat down and I was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna figure this out. You crochet too? Awesome. What do y'all like to do? What do y'all like to crochet? Do y'all like to make like clothing? Do you like to make like plushies? Do you like to make like dishcloths and tapestries? I'm mostly a clothing person. I like to make clothing usually. Here, Monday to Saturday working days, 6 days. Gotcha. Thank you, thank you. You make amigurumi with soft yarn. Oh, I wish I liked amigurumi. I made a whole YouTube video about how I can't do amigurumi. I try, but I can't do it. It's not how my brain works. I don't know. You like to do plushies? Ooh, blankets. That's a good one. I can't do blankets either. They take too long. They take too long. I give up. I wish I could though. I wish I could. But yeah, I'm very glad last night I finally connected the neckline for the front, and so now I can just knit all the way down. You're the opposite. I can't crochet clothing, and you can't. Yes, I feel like I don't know. People are either amigurumi people or not, and same with clothing, and there's not much overlap. I am knitting a sweater for my mom, so I made the back, and then I made the neckline, and now I'm going down the front. I do have a shop. I sell patterns though. I don't sell any finished products, just patterns. I can crochet my hair into various styles, usually with a look. Oh my gosh, when I discovered that like the word crochet was not just like yarn, but it was also hairstyles, I thought that's so cool. So cool. And then I also saw there was a trend, I think last summer, where people were taking yarn and using it, like braiding it into their hair, like as if it was hair. And I thought that was really cool too, because then like I saw people take like, I don't know, sparkly yarn or things like that. And I was like, man, that's genius, genius. I crochet wearables and Emmys and everything else. Wow, okay, all around crocheters are hard to find. So that's so impressive that you could do that. I can't. Thank you. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is supposed to be a Christmas gift for my mom, so we'll see if I can finish it in time. Hopefully I can. Now that I'm working down the front, it'll be much quicker, because after that I'll just sew up the sides and then do the sleeves, and I'm not doing much of a trim, so it should be pretty quick. I put off connecting the neckline for so long just because I knew it was going to be miserable, and guess what? It was, and I messed it up multiple times. Okay, if y'all spam the chat, I'm going to block you, so don't do that. It's annoying. On average, how fast can you finish? It depends on what I'm doing, I guess, and it depends on how the projects are constructed. So there are projects that are worked like almost all in one piece that don't require much sewing at all. So right now I'm working on a raglan, which is like that, where you do the neckline and you just add stitches and make it big, and then you kind of connect the body, go all the way down and finish the sleeves. Those raglan projects are so fast, but something like this takes longer just because it's different construction. I'm doing good. How are you? Thinking of taking sew classes. They're so plentiful. You totally should. I have a sewing machine. I want to start using it more. I never do, just because I'm not very good, honestly, but I really want to try. And I've been bookmarking some beginner sewing patterns to try to kind of make me get into it. So we'll see. Hopefully I do it. I bought this really cute floral fabric that would be great just for like a midi skirt for work. And so I want to make it. I just keep pushing it off. And right now I'm in the middle of moving, so that's also why I'm not doing it now. I think when I get into my new place, I'm going to try. Because I watched like 6 different YouTube videos on how to do it, and I think I can do it. The most difficult part, I think, is going to be adding like the elastic waistband, I think. This is going to be a sweater. That's the back of it. This is what the pattern looks like. I think it's a really pretty stitch pattern. Yeah, I wanna learn how to sew. And one of my friends, Jada, has recently started sewing a lot, and she's really inspiring me. I told myself that I've had my sewing machine for years and years and years. I mean, not really that long. I bought it maybe 3 years ago, and I told myself that this is the last year I can hold on to it without using it. So by the end of 2024, if I do not make a project with it, I'm going to give it away to a friend. So hopefully that's enough to encourage me to make something. I've made I've sewed a couple totes and a bucket hat, and that's about as far as I got. And the bucket hat was terrible, so there you go. I know. I think sometimes we forget when we knit, crochet, sew, do things like weave, do things like that, that these are such actual ancient practices. You know what I mean? It does make me feel connected to my grandma and women in my family, because I'm like, women in my family have been doing this since these activities were created. It's pretty cool. Look at my dog. Sewing, definitely, I think. But I feel like seamstresses, I imagine seamstresses do less of creating the piece from like top to bottom, but more about like altering it to fit you. So I don't really know. Hi, Bliss, how's it going? Thanks, guys. Oh, okay. I'm trying to do something. Can I knit? Okay, knitting break, I guess. Y'all doing anything fun for the weekend? Do y'all have any fun plans? I'll be doing this. Can I knit a little bit? Can you go so I can knit? Like add trims and change out buttons. I'm tall and curvy, it's hard to find. Oh, I totally understand that. I think that's a great idea. I feel like that's lots of people's motivation for learning how to sew, is making things fit well, because I think no clothes fit anyone anymore. You know what I mean? Everything, if you want something to fit you nicely, you have to get it altered, and that's such a hassle. And so I feel like learning how to do that yourself is amazing. Hi, can I knit now? She just wants to cuddle. She's like, no, stop. Stop. Having a party for your sister's 18th birthday. That's so fun. Happy birthday to her. Anyway, do y'all have dogs? Do they also cuddle you like this? She's a big cuddler. She loves to cuddle. Why does my knit stockinette stitch have lines in between? Lines like in between the rows or in between like the columns? Does that make sense? I'm going to a day party today and tonight. Ooh, that's so fun. Oh, there's my footballs today, guys. So I'm probably watching the A&M Notre Dame game today. Okay, baby. Between the rows. I'm not sure actually. I've heard of it might be that you're twisting the stitches, because I know if you accidentally twist your stitches in stockinette, it's a very common problem that it looks strange, but I thought it kind of looked like columns instead of rows. But okay, I love you. Okay. I would look up what pictures of twisted stitches look like in stockinette and see if that's happening to you. This is Ophelia. Like the Lumineers song, like, I don't know, other things. This is Ophelia. Okay, I'm gonna knit now. You can sit here, but I'm gonna knit, okay? Okay. Okay. Oh goodness. We'll probably sit outside and read later today too. Oh my gosh, guys, I finished my book yesterday. I don't know if any of y'all read The Inheritance Cycle, Aragon and Eldest and whatever the books are called, but they released, the author released a follow-on book called Murtagh that takes place after the last book in the Inheritance Cycle, and it was really good. Okay, thank you. Ooh, she sneezed on me. What projects of yours took the long standing? Sorry, what do you mean? You're from South Africa? Oh my gosh, amazing. You don't understand how, I didn't realize for the longest time how difficult it is to find good yarn in countries that aren't the US, even like Canada. Like I don't know, I've got friends in Australia and they say they really struggle, and Europe and things like that. There are like lots of good local yarn stores, but there's not as much good, I don't know, like chain craft stores. And I didn't realize that for the longest time. But hi in South Africa. Isn't it late for you? I don't remember. I've been to South Africa once, and I used to have the time difference memorized, and now I do not. Oh, take the longest. Probably, of the kinds of projects I do, probably sweaters, because I make a lot of sweaters, and they always take a good amount of time. You're from England? Hi. Oh my gosh. Hi, guys. Oh, wait. I just messed that stitch up, because I was laughing at my dog. Just laughing at my dog. I really like this stitch though because it's oh gosh, this is the Andalusian stitch, I think. It's basically a row of 1x1 rib, and then so it's 1x1 rib, purl, knit, purl, 1x1 rib over and over and over again. And so it creates this really cool texture, and it makes it look like it's a really difficult stitch, but it's not. Almost 7 p.m. in South Africa. Oh, okay. That's not that late. That's not bad. That ain't bad. Cool. Hi. What projects are y'all working on right now? Anything fun? Are y'all getting ready for Christmas and Halloween and all the seasonal projects that are coming up? Because it's almost, we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. I really enjoyed when I went to South Africa. It was really fun. You seem like a nurse or a teacher. Honestly, I considered being both, but I am neither. I don't talk about what I do for work, but I'm just in corporate America. Though I did consider being a nurse for a while. I went to school to be a vet and didn't end up going down that path. So now I'm just in corporate America. Crocheting a black dress. Ooh, I'm so excited for you. That's so exciting. I really want to knit like a long dress. Cat beanie, cute. Yes, I would love to go to South Africa again. I loved it. We flew into Joburg and we hung around there for a while, and we also it was a pre-veterinary study abroad. So we were kind of in like I don't even remember. Let's see if I can look it up real quick. Where were we? Okay. We were in the Limpopo province. That's where we stayed. We were at, we stayed on private ranches, kind of working the animals they had. And then we also were in Botswana for a few days too. It was so cool. Crocheting a sunflower market bag. Amazing. I need to make some market bags. Everyone's doing them. And I'm like, wait, am I missing out? Like, should I make one? I don't know. Crocheting a bobble stitch pouch. I love the way the bobble stitch looks. If it wasn't such a hassle to do, I would make it all the time. I don't remember where we were in Joburg because we were only there like the day we flew in because everyone was flying in at different times. I think we stayed literally at the airport hotel and then we left. Thanks, Coco. I have closer to Kruger Park. Okay, yeah, we were in Kruger Park for a bit. I don't really remember. It was years ago. It was years ago, which makes me feel old, but it was. Yeah, I loved South Africa. I loved Botswana. It was just, we had a great time. When we were learning how to, I'm not going to tell that story. Anyway, it was fun. We had a blast. You live in Joburg? Awesome. It was a really cool city. I was kind of actually, I mean, the whole point of that study abroad was for us to be in the outskirts because we were working with the animals in Africa, but I wish we did get a little more time in Joburg. I know we did. We went to. We did a couple things in the city. I think. We went to like an apartheid museum and I don't know, other things like that to kind of learn about the history of South Africa, which I was really excited about because apparently in previous years they didn't do that. They just went straight to the animals, which makes sense considering we were all pre-vet majors, but at the same time, I don't know, it's important to learn about the culture of humans in areas you go to. Hi, Tyler, how's it going? I would love to go again. Okay, wait, do y'all want to hear a crazy story? This could literally be a book or a movie. So on this study abroad, right, we were in South Africa. We're all from Texas. We all go to Texas A&M. There's one girl in this group, and she becomes pretty close with one of the... Oh my gosh, my dog. She becomes pretty close with one of the guys that's working on this ranch. Like, I guess he's doing like a summer on this ranch working with their animals or whatever. And turns out when we got back home, they like exchanged numbers. They really liked each other. And so they like talked or whatever. And after that trip, she went back to South Africa like 3 or 4 times to visit him. And then they got married. They're married now. I mean, is that not something you would hear on a TV show? You going to study abroad in another country and falling in love with someone in that country who lives there and is from there, and then you get married? Isn't that crazy? I was like, they need to write a book or something, or a movie about their experience. Hi, Doc. Hi, Shadow. Isn't that crazy? Where did we stay? We stayed with private ranchers, so I'm like in people's homes, so I'm not quite sure honestly where we stayed. But it was the experience of a lifetime. I honestly forget I did it sometimes, and then I'll get hit with like the Facebook, where were you 3 years ago or 4 years ago, whatever, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I was in South Africa. That's crazy. Hi, Anna. Were any of y'all in here earlier when like 100 people joined out of the blue and we're just like spamming the chat? Were y'all in here? That was so strange. Like, what was that about? I could barely read the chat. Thank you. She's really sweet. She's kind of like a cat the way she walks on furniture. She loves to be on the very tippy top of the furniture. She likes to look out the windows. I'm making good progress on this, guys. I think this is going to be done by Christmas. I'll say it now. I think I can do this. Okay, water break. This is Ophelia. Like the Lumiere song. She's a good girl. We love her. She's a big cuddle bug. Big cuddle bug. She loves to snuggle. I need to work on my blue sweater more. I was working on it a lot, and then I don't know, it's so much harder knitting with thicker yarn. It just is. It's harder to move it, and it's harder to work with it. I think I'm the only person crocheting while rugby is on. South Africa versus New Zealand. Oh my gosh, who's winning? It's Saturday. Right? I think I can finish in time. I'm like, wait, I can do this. And I think it's gonna be really cute because the edge, shoot, what's the name of the trim I was doing? We were talking about it on a previous live. I don't remember, but I'm doing just a very small trim just to clean it up. We'll say it at the end, but I'm gonna go now. I hope we catch you live again sometimes. Hope you. Yeah, I also do. Thanks, Liz. Yay, South Africa won. Yay. I don't know. I don't have an opinion. I do not have an opinion. But yeah, I need to work on my blue sweater today, and I also want to do a couple weeks of the dream scarf today. I'm kind of bummed. I woke up and I was like, oh, I was watching House of the Dragon, and then I missed a bunch of episodes. So I was like, oh, this is a perfect weekend to marathon it and just knit and hang. But you cannot watch that show during the day. It is so dark in every single scene, you can't watch it. So this morning I woke up like, oh, I just want to sit down and watch some TV and knit. Can't do it. Can't do it. I literally can't see the TV. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll go live because I can't see the TV. But those are two things I want to do today. Just working with that, with such thick yarn, it's hard on the wrists, it's hard on the hands. But I'm almost at armpit length, I think, for the blue. So I'm about to split it to the body of the sweater. I don't think I want to do trim on, I don't know actually. I guess I should do trim. Bottom ribbing, because I did ribbing on the top. I didn't think about that. I know I want to make the sleeves on the blue sweater just like flared and long. I probably won't. Usually when I do raglans, I like cinch in the sleeves and make a cuff, but I don't think I want to do that. I think I just want to be big. So I'll probably do bottom ribbing and then just big flared sleeves. I want it to be a kind of, I don't know, cute, ugly sweater that you'd see like people wear like on Friends or something like that. How'd your move go? We're still in the process. Okay, do y'all want to hear something crazy? I have never heard of this before in my life for a lease. So the place we're renting right now, we were like, weird. They didn't ask us about if we were re-signing or not, right? Because it was usually when you rent places, when you hit a month before your end date, they email you, are you ready to re-sign? Like, here's the form or whatever. And they never asked, so we were like, whatever. And the last place we were in, they didn't ask, and they just, kicked us out on the day up. And we were like, okay. It was just assumed that because we didn't re-sign, we were moving out. So we just didn't think about it. And then my boyfriend the other day was like, hey, let's look at the lease. And okay, we looked at the lease. It turns out the lease that we signed here, the term for the lease was September to September. But then it says after that and thereafter. So this lease does not end until we put in our notice, we're leaving notice, our 30-day notice, which I've never heard of before. In my entire life, I've never heard of leases just continuing until you decide to move out. And so we emailed them, a week ago, and now we have a whole nother 30 days in this place, and we have to pay the entire rent for the month of September because we just didn't realize, because we've never heard of that before in our lives, that anywhere would just continue. Just keep going until you move out. Like, I've never heard of that before. Anyway, so we're mostly moved into the new place. Like, the TV's there, the TV stand, most of our stuff is there, most of our clothes and stuff. We're just waiting. We're waiting for the paperwork for Ophelia to come through, and then we'll move in, and we'll just have this place until the end of September, I guess. I know, I was actually pretty pissed off, and money's going to be pretty tight this month now because we didn't expect to be double paying for the month of September. We budgeted it for July and August because we knew that would happen. We didn't expect September. I know. I've never heard of that before in my life. I was like, oh, okay. And it's not a regional thing. It's not like everywhere here does that. No. It's just this place. I guess it would be nice if we had no plans to leave because then we wouldn't have to sign a new lease, but still, I don't know. It's strange. I am knitting a sweater right now for my mama. But yeah, so we're here. As soon as we get the paperwork for Ophelia, we're moving into the new place though, just because we're done with this place. Also, what's weird about this area, I've never heard of this before. Apparently this is normal because I was talking to the roommates about it. I didn't know. Most all rentals in this state that I live in, and I think surrounding states, I don't know. It's a geographic, maybe it's just the city, I don't know. Require you to hire professional carpet cleaners and clean the carpet before you move out, which I guess I like because I did remember when we moved in here being like, it's really clean. But also, I don't want to pay hundreds of dollars for you to clean the carpet. out. I'm moving out. You know what I mean? It's nice to have when you move in. It's not nice when you move out. So anyway, we have to pay for that too. And they like you have to send them the receipt. So it can't just be, we can't just fake it. Like we have to send them the receipt for the carpet cleaner. I was like, oh, okay, sure. But anyway, we're very excited of the new place. About the new place. I actually filmed a little bit for the vlog, so my August vlog I need to start editing. Hopefully I can have it up next weekend, and it shows us moving a little bit into the new place. As soon as we get that Ophelia paperwork, we're in the new place. So we're just done. I was really hoping that we will be able to move this weekend because this is Labor Day weekend, as the Americans know, so most people are off Monday, and I was actually off Thursday and Friday of this past week. So that was a 5-day weekend that would have been perfect to move. And we haven't gotten the paperwork yet, so we can't move. So we're moving on campus, and so in order to have an animal on campus, she has to be an emotional service animal, which doesn't make any sense because all animals are emotional. So, you know what I mean? Like all animals provide emotional service, and it's very easy paperwork to get. So that's not like a barrier of entry. So we're waiting for her emotional. Aw, she's sleeping on the. We're waiting for her emotional like service. She's not a service animal. Or what is it called? Emotional. It's not a service dog. It's y'all know what I'm trying to say. That one, that's required for most college campuses and things like that. Never heard of that being a state thing. Usually it's in the leases if it's emotional support. Thank you. She's an emotional. I was like saying service animal. I was like that's not the right word. She's an emotional support animal, which like every animal is emotion. Anyway, so we had to get that. See if there's a service master company near you. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I'm just going to look up and find a cheap one and be like, okay. But yeah, we have to wait for that paperwork to come in. So we had to like talk to, a therapist that works for the school and explain that like, I will say she does a very good job at emotionally supporting me because I don't know if y'all know, I have panic attacks that are, I don't know, semi-regular, and she does a really good job. She lays on my chest, which is actually funny because that's what a lot of people who do have panic attacks and have service dogs, that's what they do is apply pressure. You know, it helps calm down your nervous system. And so when I do have panic attacks, she just comes and lays on me and like licks me. So she does a good job, I will say. But yeah, we had to get emotional support animal paperwork to live in the new place. So we're waiting for that, and once we have that, we're moving, baby. We are moving, and I cannot wait. This reminds me, I need to get a parking pass for the campus so that I can have my car there. I'm excited though. She's a border collie. I'm excited because this weekend I really want to go thrifting because there are a few things we need for the new place because my partner and I live with a roommate now and we're separating from him in the new place. And so there's a few things that we need to get, and I think they'll be perfect to thrift to find cute things. So we need drinking glasses. We need a hand soap dispenser. I want to get a cake. I want to get a cake display because another thing y'all will see on the August vlog is that I made a cake yesterday and it was so cute. And I would love to have a little cake display and just keep it on the counter. So I need one of those. We need, like an olive oil dispenser thing. And I feel like those are all small, cute things that could be easily thrifted. So today or tomorrow, I'm going to go to Salvation Army because that's where I like to get items. Goodwill for me is a clothing place. Salvation Army is an items place. I'm going to try to get items from the Salvation Army. And then also, I'm going to go to an antique market and see. I have a pink hippo. I love that. And it's funny because I'm not a big holiday decorator. I've just honestly never really had the money. I've never had the space to put all the shit, you know what I mean? But for some reason, hand soap dispensers are one of those things that whenever holidays come around, like I want a jack-o'-lantern hand soap dispenser. I want a Santa Claus hand soap dispenser. Like I want a heart hand soap dispenser. Those get me, and I don't know why. It's such a random thing. It's such a random thing for me to want, but I do. I want it. So I'm going to try to thrift some. The only negative of this is that I know I'm going to go to Salvation Army and find something I like, and then I'm going to sit there and be like, do I buy it and return it, or do I run to the antique market and see if there's something better? And what if there isn't something better and then this gets purchased? That always gives me stress. I always overthink whenever I shop because I'm like, what if I find something cuter at the next place? What am I going to do? Yep. I know, I'm like, hand soap dispensers are so small, and that can just be one like decorations per season. I switch it out. I'm like, I might. I might. It's so funny because it's my sister's birthday coming up. And I texted my mom and I was like, oh, my sister has just very kind of, I don't know, I would say classic fancy white girl taste, I guess, is how I would describe her taste. But there's nothing wrong with it. That's just how I would describe it. And which is not my taste. I am like, the things I like are like grandma core. Like I always told my dad that if I could have bought my grandparents' house and moved in, I wouldn't change a thing. Maybe I'd rip out the carpet. There's carpet in the bathroom. I'd rip that out and everything else was the same. Like I love floral wallpaper, antique furniture, things like that. And so I struggle buying things for my sister because she's a very modern kind of bougie taste. And I thought I saw something for her the other day and I was so excited. I don't know if y'all have seen those. It's a tree. It's a Christmas tree that also doubles as coasters. They're on TikTok. I saw it on TikTok and I was like, oh, that's actually kind of cute. And it's just like a simple dark wood and the coasters sit on top of the tree. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. And I sent it to my mom and I said, don't you think she'd like this? And she said, no, Brooke. And I was like, dang it. I thought I finally got it. I thought I finally cracked the code. She was like, no, she would not like that. I was like, dang, okay. I tried. I'm making so much progress on this. This is so good. Though I wish I was able to watch House of the Dragon right now. I wish it was dark enough outside. Just knit her an oversized white sweater done in. Honestly, I was thinking about that, but I was like, I can only do so many gifts. Last year I made her a scarf, and so I was like, great, done. That was really easy. I should knit her a sweater someday, but I ended up buying her an oversized white sweater with like little navy stripes. Perfect. Perfect. I texted my mom, was like, do you think she'd like this? She said no, but I know what she wants. And then she sent me that Amazon link. Done. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Mom. I really need to start, now that I'm thinking of the vlog, I really need to start editing. It's hard to think. I'm usually one of those people where I film a whole video and then I edit the whole video, but when you're vlogging, you kind of need to edit as you go because it's just so much footage, and I just have not been because I've had no time. So I really should edit some of my August vlog today. Just get started. Hi, Sam. How's it going? Also need to start a new book. I finished my book yesterday, so I need to go to the new house because I moved all the books there and pick out a new book to read. I think I'm going to read this old book. I bought it in college when I first started getting into knitting and crocheting, and I read half of it and then I put it down and forgot about it. It's called like the Beach Street Knitting Club, I think. And it's a novel about a woman who loses her husband, and while dealing with the grief, she decides to take over her grandma's knitting shop that's on like a coastal town in Europe. Amazing. Besides the dead husband part, that's the dream. And so I started reading it and I loved it, and I should really reread it. Because it's just, I don't know. I feel like I do really enjoy books, sci-fi, fantasy, kind of out of this world situation, but I also really love books like that are just kind of normal, about normal life. I really enjoy it. Hi, guys. Like I read Crying in H Mart, and that was a book I really liked. Like that's just about normal life. And I also got this other book at like the used book fair they had a minute ago in my town. And it's a novel that a mother and her daughter wrote about them like having a fake, like a summer together, just a novel they wrote together about themselves and their relationship. I was like, yeah, I want to read that. It's pretty cool. I totally agree. Dev. Like I love, the fantasy stuff, but sometimes I just like, I don't know. Sometimes I just want to read about other people and normal life. It's, I don't know, comforting when you read a book about normal life and they go through the same things you go through. It's nice. I am knitting a sweater right now for my mom. Here we are. Should also make, the funny thing about Christmas gifts is that I give my dad the same thing every year. My dad has a ginormous head. Like when I see a giant head, hats don't fit him. He has never had hats fit him ever. So once I started doing this, he got really excited because he was like, yay, I get to wear hats now. So every year for Christmas, I make him a beanie, and I think I'm going to knit him one this year. So that'll be fun. I want to knit him a really thick one. Like the ones Kelsey does where she like double strands yarn. Like that. I want to knit him one of those. Because all the others have been crochet. Do you make things for yourself? I only ask someone. You know, I do. I'm one of those people where every time I make a new design, I have to keep one of everything I've made for myself, if that makes sense. So if I make a pattern, I'm keeping at least one of the mock-ups for myself. Like I have a lot of stuff that I keep, which is funny because like you say, lots of my friends don't keep any of the shit they make. Like I feel like Kelsey doesn't keep barely any of the stuff she makes, but I do. Like I need to keep it, and so I have actually more finished products than I do have yarn, I think. And I think it's a good reminder that, I don't know, keeping things for yourself is good. Though I do think it's sweet that so many crafters love giving things to people so much that they don't have anything themselves. It's sweet. What TV show are you on now? I'm busy with Yellowstone. Oh, I've never seen that before, but my family loves it. I'm watching House of the Dragon, and I'm rewatching Grey's Anatomy. I never finished Grey's Anatomy, but I'm rewatching it. I'm on season 5, I think. And my partner and I are rewatching Criminal Minds, which I didn't realize that show was still going. I got to like season 10 and then I gave up the first time I watched Criminal Minds. I didn't realize it was still going. It's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. All good shows. Love Grey's Anatomy, but it's not the same anymore. Yeah, I think that's kind of, when the episode I'm on, I don't know what season, is the Mercy West merger. And once all these new people came in, I was like, and then I got a few more seasons in, and then I was like, I just don't care anymore. I just don't care. Also, I feel like, I don't know, the whole show is full of drama, but I feel like especially when the Mercy West people come in, it becomes way less about medicine and way more about the drama, and I'm like, I actually don't care. Like, I'm watching this for the medicine, I'm not watching it for the drama. So I was like, But I'm going to try to finish it this time. I'm going to try. We'll see. I also need to start thinking about Halloween. Halloween's coming up. I kind of want to make my costume this year, but I don't know what to do. I've been really wanting to be Pacha from The Emperor's New Groove because I think that'd be really cute. And I could make like a tutorial for the giant poncho he wears. That's what I might do. But we'll see. I know. I just watched the George episode. I just watched it, and I was like, Oh no, I know what's coming. What's interesting is that when I first watched it, when I started rewatching it, I thought it happened much earlier in the show. Not, and then I kept being like, when is this gonna happen? When is this gonna happen? And then it finally did, and I was like, huh, why did I think this happened in like season 1? I don't know. But I barely remembered the Mercy West merger too, because I remember watching it and being like, when do all these new people come in? Like, I remember their faces in my head, and then when they finally came on screen, I was like, oh, I didn't realize this is what puts them in the show. I thought they were just like a new round of interns or something. I didn't realize. A zombie? What? Sorry if you hear my dishwasher running. It's really loud. Also, at the new place we're moving to, guys, no dishwasher. RIP. We're trying to use it as much as we can before we can't use it anymore. I got to, oh, they do. I honestly, I don't remember any of it at all. The only guy I remember, like, distinctly of, like, in my brain being a new person is the light-skinned guy. And then I don't remember anyone else from Mercy West. Like the short-haired, like the pixie cut girl who's super mean, I don't remember her at all. Or the white guy, I don't remember the white guy at all either. So interesting. Guys, look how much progress we're making. That's crazy. You ever look at some of this stuff and you're like, I made that with my hands. That's crazy. Jackson April, thank you. I don't know any of their names. Hi, guys. Oh, for your costume, do a zombie. That's a good idea. I don't know how I would knit a giant piece of fabric and just wrap it around myself. Funny. Oh no, that's more of a mummy thing, huh? Not a zombie thing. I guess a zombie thing would just be normal. But I'd want to make it somehow. I'd want to make my costume somehow. Speaking of zombies, I never got into The Walking Dead. Did y'all? I got like 3 seasons into it and I was like, I'm done. I feel like zombie shows I can never get into because I feel like it's the same thing over and over and over again. You know, every episode is just, the zombies are coming. We're running from the zombies. I'm still all for the knitted poncho. Yes! I totally agree. Yeah, maybe I could try doing amigurumi for like the 3rd time in my life and make a little llama. I look at my work and say that I did that. Yes! Good, good, good. I feel like sometimes we get so caught in the, okay, it's finished, on to the next thing, that we forget to like admire and appreciate all the time and energy. Like, that's freaking cool. This is like 20% of a sweater. Maybe more. It's probably more. Like 40 maybe. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm so slow at purling. I don't know why I can't get faster. Any tips on writing your first crochet pattern? I feel like before writing your first one, buy a bunch of crochet patterns to see, like, how they plan it out, like how they structure it, how they, you know, their style of writing it. Are they big abbreviators? You know, do they write things out long ways? Which do you prefer? You know, where do they put like their frequently asked questions of the pattern? Like, where do they put their tester photos? Like, things like that. I feel like that's the best way to learn how you want to write it is by using other patterns and figuring out, okay, like, I don't like the way they structured this, or like some people, when they have pictures, they'll put a picture page and have all the pictures here and then they're written below. I don't like doing that. I like having written next to the picture, so I do it this way. You know, things like that. Just to learn really structure, format, you know, things like that, and it's helpful. And I think before you start, like, kind of writing down rules for yourself. Like, I want to, every time I say, like, the first time I say double crochet, I'll write it out and put parentheses DC. And then every other time I say DC, it has to be the exact same. And I need to make sure is it going to be DC both lowercase letters, or is it going to be both uppercase, or is it going to be uppercase D, lowercase c, like things down to, you know, that level? Because those are things I feel like you don't realize while writing it. While you're writing it, you're just trying to get it out that you're doing a double crochet. But then you, as a reader, you notice those things. And so that's why I feel like it's helpful to have consumed a good amount of patterns so that you know what you like and what you don't like. And you'll notice things like that. Do you know how to make yarn cakes? Yeah, with a yarn winder. That's how I do it. Some people do it by hand. Well, they'll put it on, like, I don't know, like around like a toilet paper tube or something like that, and they'll wrap it around there. But I think yarn winders are just, I don't know. I think some yarn accessories are useless and just kind of overconsumption. I don't think yarn winders are like that. I think they're very helpful. You know how to crochet? Amazing. What do you like to crochet? I actually have a YouTube video about advice when pattern designing, I think. Yeah, I think I do, about how to write a crochet pattern. So if you're curious about that, you can watch that. I go into depth about what I just said and everything from the first idea to testing it and publishing it, I talk about. So if y'all are curious, I think it's in a playlist about pattern designing. I think. I don't know. Oh, I now have a crochet teacher. Is that what you mean? Someone to teach you? That's great. The one bad part about YouTube is you can't listen to music while you go live. Like, I would just love to have some tunes on right now, but I can't, because they don't like it when you do. Is this, yeah, it is. Ooh, that yarn split. The 1x1 purl rows always take me so long. I don't know why. The 1x1 rib, not purl. The 1x1 rib rows always take me so long. And I'm always afraid that I'm going to, like, look at my sweater and be like, oh my gosh, 10 rows down, I'm missing, like, I skipped something. That would make me so sad. Every time I look at it, I get scared. I'm like, oh no. Don't put your age on the internet, okay? If you're a kid, don't do that. It's not safe. Not safe. Someone has to figure out a way so we don't need to work in our ends. I totally agree. I like, why is it just miserable? I was so proud of myself. When I split for the neckline, I worked these at the same time to make sure I was on the correct row. And, oh, there's one right here, but I weaved in this one, the one that was on this end. I'll weave in that one now that I know it's there. I forgot it was there. Like, look at me weaving a singular end in as I go. I'm so amazing. I'm so amazing. I also really want to learn next year to get to be better at panel knitting projects, because I see people do stuff like that all the time, and it is inspiring to me. Though I don't like the thing about panel knitting on the Centro is that, you know, it can only be one size, and I don't like the look of panel knitting Centro when it's stretched out. It's just not my thing. And so I would have to figure out how to like attach panels together somewhat seamlessly. Okay, water break. Do y'all want to see my dog right now? Because she's really cute. Look at her. Doesn't she look like a cat the way she sits up there? I feel like that's a cat thing. Anyway, that's her favorite spot because she gets to look out the window. She's a cutie. She is a cutie. All right, I'm probably gonna go at the end of the next row just because it's been an hour. And y'all know me, once I hit an hour, I start getting tired and I'm like, okay, I'm done being social. So I'll probably do one more row and then head out. Though I like to give myself one more row just in case I get some burst of energy, but usually I don't. I get tired. Being social is tiring. I was talking to friends the other day that when I'm in social situations, I don't know, I seem like I'm not an introvert because I am loud. I do enjoy talking. I talk a lot, but I know I'm not super extroverted because the minute I leave group settings or any social settings, even this, which I don't, is kind of borderline social because I'm talking, but y'all can't talk back. And the minute I leave, I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. I need to take a nap. In the moment, I really enjoy it, and then I leave, and I'm like, I'm so tired from that. And then I'm like, okay, I'm not doing that for another week. I can't be social for another week. I'm excited because on Monday, we're doing a Labor Day hike. And it's a hike I've been wanting to do near here for so long. I can't wait. This dog is so cute. I just want to snuggle with her. She doesn't like to snuggle during the day, though. Like, now it's too late in the day because it gets hot outside. And so she's like, get away from me. She really loves to snuggle in the morning and at night. And during the day, she's like, nope, it's too hot. Get away from me. Go away. Sorry. Have y'all seen those productivity streams where people will do like 15 minutes of working silently and 5 minutes of talking? Do y'all like those? Because I watch those all the time. I'll like put those on in the background if I'm working. And then I love it. I also like the reading ones too. Have y'all seen the reading sprint run ones where people will read for 10 minutes, talk for 5 minutes? I love those. All right. This was so productive. I'm so happy. I say that. I don't sound happy, but I am. I'm just tired. I'm all socialed out. That's also why I feel like sometimes I don't do live streams as much as I want to. It's because I have to do them at the end of the day, usually during the week. And if I'm exhausted from socializing at work, I don't have the energy to socialize anymore. Okay. I'm doing my last stitch. Boom. We made a lot of progress. I mean, a couple inches at least. Anyway, I am now going to head out because I am tired. But this is what we've got. We've started the front of our sweater. Do y'all see this little stain? That's going to drive me crazy. Oh, it's okay. It's the back. It's the back. It's the back. Anyway, this is how much I've done so far. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I'm going to head out and run errands and do weekend things. I don't know when I'm going live next. I'm sorry. I've been so exhausted from work. I just haven't had any time. But hopefully I go live soon, and hopefully y'all can come hang when I do. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, guys. See y'all next time. Bye.